What's good? What's popping? You already know what it is. Your girl, Shady Cartier, coming at you with something a little different. Breaking news! The President of the United States of America has COVID-19. Like, who cares? What happened to my doo-doo?
But you did it too fast.
I don't know, whatever. Breaking news, no one gives any fucks in the United States. Oh, breaking news, the president has shot himself up with some bleach.
It was something.
Is that what he said?
So,
no, what did he say like before though? It was like bleach?
He was like, you can inject UV lights into your body and it'll kill yourself. You can use bleach. And then someone did use something like bleach and then died.
You definitely probably shouldn't, but you definitely can inject UV lights into your body. Anyway, so I don't know, whatever. We coming to you with a mini episode. You already know we got Movius over here.
Oy.
You know what I'm saying? Hit us on the IG if you just want to talk shit about Trump, because listen, let's keep it real. Like, it's a lot of wild shit going on in the politics. You notice the unknown podcast. You know we coming at you with the black experience. And so I feel like it's only right to, like, keep this shit short and sweet. Like, we don't bang with these mofos for real. Like, come on. We got lesser evils to vote for. Like, really. And I don't even know which one is the lesser evil. Let's keep it real. We think that Biden is, but
he touches kids.
Damn.
Possibly.
I don't know what Mobius is talking about, y'all. But if I knew about it, I would have researched it before we did this fucking episode. But he didn't tell me nothing about Biden touching kids. I think they all touching kids. I think they all touching kids.
That's an episode.
That's the episode.
Season 2, y'all.
But we not gonna get into that, okay? So this is what we wanted to do. I just wanted to hit y'all up like, come on. I don't want to do a whole episode about Trump. I don't even want to do like a real whole episode about politics, because I feel like politics is an all-encompassing thing. Like, whether it's race, religion, whether it's sports team, your home, your local town, like, there's always going to be some voting, some back and forth, you got to pick and choose who's in power, who's going to run it. And the point is, you got to pay attention. Yeah, you got to pay attention to all of these things. Like, who do you trust to have your money, to hold your money? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like politics is really all encompassing. But what I wanted to make this episode about, or this mini-sode, this like halftime show kind of show, like midway through the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we probably gonna come back with another one, because this is about the Trump-Biden presidential debate.
That was a joke.
That shit was a bad joke.
Because it was not a debate. It was Mr. President, please.
Okay, you being petty. He can't even get it out. The Fox News moderator, Chris Wallace. Go ahead, try to do your Chris Wallace impression.
Mr. President, please. It's the other debater's turn. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Let
me do my Trump.
Okay.
Listen, guys, we got this thing in the bag. We got everything you need, everything you want. We got all the answers. You're supposed to be like, "Sir, Mr. President, your time is up." Like, we're doing this.
That's what happened, though. Because all they had to do was cut this man's mic. That's all they had to do. But he's the president. And what happened was, for an hour, was Mr. President, please, Mr. President. Okay, Mr. Vice President, former Vice President Biden, it's your turn. And then Trump would immediately cut in.
He would start talking like his name was Biden. Like, what the fuck?
Another thing.
And another one. Like, this nigga Trump would not stop. He's like, obviously was training with DJ Khaled on this. And DJ Khaled was like, listen, you the best. He was like,
he's a clown. I can't say that.
No matter what.
He's just frustrating.
Who was frustrated?
Biden was like, Trump's a clown. I mean, this is pretty frustrating.
I missed that. That's hilarious. Yeah, okay. Some people gonna vote for Biden just off the strength of how he like low key clowned Trump.
He called him a clown on national TV.
Like low key and very obviously, because Trump was too busy over there babbling. You know, we got the whole government. I've called the Pentagon. I've called everyone. They've texted me.
It's because like I didn't watch the whole thing.
They've texted me.
I
have text confirmations.
It was so bad that like they're going back and forth, and then Trump's like, yeah, Hunter Biden, he's a coward. He did so much drugs. He got kicked out the military. He did cocaine. and then Joe's like, but my son's a good boy. He didn't do anything. It wasn't a dishonorable discharge. He didn't say anything to deny the cocaine allegations. He was like, my son's a good boy. I love my son. I'm tired of this clown right next to the president. I'm so sick of this.
Oh, cocaine happens.
The entire time. It's just, okay, Mr. President, Mr. President, I am the moderator here. Yes, you are. You're doing a fantastic job, Mr. President.
Okay, I should have said that when I was doing Trump. You're doing a fantastic job. Hey, listen, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm about to watch like 10 hours of Trump videos. I'm telling you, I'm about to be talking like your boy, the Orange Agent. Like, I'm going to be killing it. Like, it's great. Listen, y'all, we not just going to talk shit. Like, we going to get into a few facts. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, you know how I like to do. I like to talk about a little something. You know what I'm saying? A little something. So, I'm going to quote the little AP News John right here because, I think it's hilarious.
Associated Press.
President Donald Trump unleashed a torrent of fabrications and fear-mongering in a belligerent debate with Joe Biden. Like, I just thought I just had to read it the way they put it. That was gorgeous. Mm-hmm. At one point claiming the U.S. death toll would have been 10 times higher under the Democrats because he wanted to open borders in the pandemic. I don't even know what the he talking about. Like you playing games, Trump. Like, you're playing. Like, what are you talking about? Your shitty plans. You gonna try to put it on other people that's not even in the position to make the decisions. Mm-hmm. But you just know for a fact, if anybody else was in power, everyone would be dead. Everyone. I forgot. But you know, me, I'm Trump. Everyone's doing a great job here. CDC's doing a great job here. Fauci's doing a great job. It's unbelievable. It's never been done before.
He in the middle, he blamed something on... I don't know if it was Obama or the Obama administration. He blamed something on Obama's government and was like, yeah, it's their fault. They should have known this was coming or something. That might have been older, but hold on.
Shit. That is some. Hold on now. Listen, that is some throwback shit. I had a whole conversation about that.
So that might have been
with the military personnel, and so what really happened was I think he made that comment, and then somebody had fact checked. Like, this was like way early. Well, I guess just earlier in the coronavirus, like way earlier, when all of this came to light, and so they said. When Obama was, in administration?
We had the playbook, because Ebola.
I guess that's what you want to call it. Yeah, like there was a plan. There was a playbook. There was something in place. And, of course, it cost money to have whatever it was in place. And Trump got in office and was like, I know how to pinch pennies. I'm going to squeeze over here. Or no, fuck that. Not pinch pennies. Oh, did Obama do that? I don't like it. I'm tossing it out. Like that. Like, what did Obama do? That's worthless. Like, so that's what I heard. Like, I don't know all the complete fact checking because this was like a brick ago. But I did have a very in-depth, detailed conversation with somebody who like threw that all in my face. And they was a military personnel. And they just was like not with the BS. So... yeah, pretty serious stuff. Trump is full of crap. Okay, so let's get into it. Trump said, well, we're going to deliver the vaccine distribution.
Are those transcripts?
Yeah.
That's
the vaccine, it is hilarious. It's really gonna give me a chance to like get my voice over together.
No, like it's hilarious that anybody could transcript anything that was said that day. Transcribe, I think.
Oh, because he was so
Because they were talking over each other the entire time.
Okay, so when asked about the vaccine distribution, Trump said, well, we're going to deliver it right away. Mm-hmm. We have the military all set up. Logistically, they're all set up. We have our military that delivers soldiers, and they can do anything. I mean, they can do 200,000 a day. I mean, come on, really. They're going to be delivering. It's all set up.
To which the Pentagon replied,
No. Okay.
No.
Facts. This is not true. To which the Pentagon says in a statement that the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention is responsible for executing the plan to distribute vaccines to the public when the time comes. The Defense Department is helping in planning, but with perhaps some exceptions in remote areas, is not going to be delivering, as Trump claimed. So they're maybe kind of working together. He's still lying. Okay, fine. Yeah. He's still lying. Okay, whatever. I'm trying to make some space for the president here. Like, you still lying and you slicing it up. Okay. Virus death toll. Trump addressing Biden on U.S. deaths from COVID. If you were here, it wouldn't be 200,000 people. It would be 2 million. You can't just say anything out your fucking mouth. Like, get it together. Trump is such a clown. Like, I can't. Okay. So then they was talking about protests, and I don't know what, like, who gives any fucks about this. Trump. The sheriff just came out today and he said, I support President Trump. And we're talking about the sheriff of Portland, Oregon. I guess Trump called himself name dropping or city dropping or whatever the fuck.
The sheriff.
The facts, that is false. The sheriff of Multnomah County, Oregon, where Portland is located, said he does not support Trump.
That's a big negative. Right?
The sheriff, Mike Reese, tweeted, as the county sheriff, I have never supported Donald Trump and will never support him. Don't try to put that shit on me. Like, you gonna try to cause problems for me in Portland. Fuck are you talking about? Get the fuck out of here with that.
Nope.
Portland has been a flashpoint in the debate over racial injustice protests in the U.S. Police and federal agents have repeatedly clashed with demonstrators gathered outside the downtown federal courthouse. Y'all already know, because y'all not going to keep shooting up the Browns and then you can get away with it. But also, I thought they was going to say the feds. Well, that's where the feds was shooting the tear gas and the rubber bullets. And all that extra shit. Yeah, that shit is whack. Healthcare. Oh shit. Trump was like, drug prices will be coming down 80 or 90%. I got the hookups. Oh, I heard what he said. I heard him. He was like, it's like water. I'm getting the prices that I'm getting these drugs for. I got them for the Lindsay Lohan. Like, no. This nigga Trump, young, he was like, I got to connect. Like, oh my gosh. Dead ass. Trump is hilarious. The facts. That's a promise, not a reality. And it's a big stretch. Trump has been unable to get legislation to lower drug prices through Congress. Major regulatory actions from his administration are still in the works and are likely to be challenged in court. There is no plan on the horizon that would lower drug prices as dramatically as Trump claims.
All our stuff. Listen.
Either Trump know the plug or no. And that and just like what you just said, China, like, that was my whole thing when you was talking that big trash, the Chinese disease and all this wild stuff, but then you try and order 100 million billion masks from China.
China's laughing.
Like, what are you really saying? Like, that's why we got all them tests, them false negative tests.
Yep.
Because you pressuring people to crank it out too soon.
Yep.
They not doing it right. They not, like, people are cutting corners. When you put too much pressure on, corners get cut. And we talking about health. We talking about our life is on the line. Like, ain't nobody got no time to be cutting these corners.
Any sort of mass tests needs to be done in 18 months at the very least. And they're talking about cranking this out in when the country shut down, March. So a little over 6 months ago. No. And meanwhile, China has stopped sending us any sort of medication, really, because they need it for themselves. And they're yeeting on us as they continue to try to mitigate the crisis there by literally scrubbing their cities. And we're over here like, the masks are a lie. And then Trump gets the coronavirus. Or
Clown ass.
Okay, so either he actually got it, and here's my rabbit hole for the day. He actually got it, and then, Walter Reed and all that fancy medical stuff.
You touching on what? Yep, go ahead. That's the next fact.
Or it was all a lie, Kim Jong-un style, and then, and he's using it. Because he lied and let his sister run their country for a little bit, and then was like, "Ha! You were all fools. I'm fine. I'm not dying." And, oh yeah, you was fucking up. You're fired. Kill that guy. Anybody else? Okay, so my sister is next in charge should I meet an unfortunate demise. Okay, thanks, bye. And then...
Because she was the president the whole time and y'all don't even fucking know?
No, he promoted her in his act while he was...
Oh, while he was sick. Okay.
So anybody who was plotting on him... while he was sick, he was still alive and was just like, oh, that guy's talking shit. He's going to die now. So,
you talking about,
Yeah. So Trump might have been doing something like that.
Wow.
Although, he can't kill people. It was probably just more of a, hey, the president's all right to his base.
You could do whatever you want, Trump. We already know.
So
Trump was in the WWE, y'all. Okay, you can't. Trump could do whatever. Obviously, he's the president. Y'all are stupid.
Sunday night, John Cena versus Donald J. Trump.
Super
Slam.
I can't. Anyways, oh my gosh. So here go the last one I'm gonna talk about, which you was just touching on. Virus response. This shit is hilarious. It's hilarious. Like, I can't. Trump. Dr. Anthony Fauci said very strongly, masks are no good. They're not good. Then he changed his mind and said, masks, they're good. So now we wear masks. Okay, next question. This nigga be lying like shit. I would have said that same shit too. The facts. He is skirting crucial context.
Yep.
Trump is telling the story in a way that leaves out key lessons learned as the coronavirus pandemic unfolded, raising doubts about the credibility of public health advice. Early on in the outbreak, a number of public health officials urged everyday people not to use masks, fearing a run on already short supply of personal protective equipment needed by doctors and nurses in hospitals. It wasn't just that either, and I feel like it has become a little bit of an issue with people who do have breathing issues, who do have asthma. I feel like that was another thing in the beginning. It was like, okay, if you're not sick, maybe don't wear a mask. And of course, if you have breathing issues, maybe you shouldn't be wearing a mask. Like, you can't just take one piece of information and just like spread it out.
Put it on blast.
And then people, of course, take it the wrong way. Okay. And then it said, but that changed as the highly contagious nature of coronavirus became clear, as well as the fact that it can be spread by tiny droplets breathed into the air by people who may not display any symptoms.
Oh shit, they said it was airborne now too. Maybe.
What the fuck are you talking about? This shit was airborne.
Well, like the strain has become more potent or something, or maybe something changed. I don't know.
This shit is old. Nah, that shit old. Like,
well, they're promoting it like
I had
it's
that
new.
whole like argument literally in March with a military personnel because they swear they know every fucking thing. Shout out to Fauci. Shout out to what's Fauci brother? No, not Fauci brother. DeComos. Cuomo. Shout out to NYC.
They hold it down.
Shout out to the Pentagon for releasing statements talking about some. Nah, that wasn't me.
That is a lie.
Shout out to military personnel, but they really think they know everything. Like, you don't necessarily just have the inside track about things, but it's just it's very unfortunate to be so misled by the orange agent and to be, just absolutely confused, like told to shoot up bleach. I mean, your boy probably good. He good. He straight. He got 2 shots of bleach. So he laid up in the UV, the tanning booth. Your man gonna come out extra crispy.
Chickadee
lemon pepper.
Chinese chicken.
Lemon pepper. I can't. I'm over it. I'm over Trump. So anyway.
Go vote.
So let's get to the positive part. Yeah. Let's get to the all-encompassing pro-black. You already know how we doing the unknowns. Go ahead and hit us up on the IG. It's the unknown period with the unknowns. But instead of a S, you gonna make it a 5. And instead of the O's, make them zeros. You already know. Hit us on the IG. All right. And let us know, like, I guess you could just be like, who you voting for? I'm going to vote for this person. Like, I really don't give no fucks. I have no comments for y'all. So y'all could go back and forth and y'all could arguing about who y'all voting for. It's deeper and it's more important than that.
Third party. Screw the 2-party system.
Yeah. I mean, there's way more options, but we really got to open our eyes to that. Like, we really do. We really do. And so I just want to touch on, like I said, the pro-black, let's represent. So when could women first vote? Yeah.
What was that shit called?
When did women get a right to vote in the United States? This nigga said, what was that shit called?
Fucking suffrage, right? Whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
Women's suffrage. So.
It says 1848, the first convention for women's rights. Yeah, because they was trying. 1950, the first National Women's Rights Convention. 1866, suffragists send petitions to Congress. You so smart. Look at you. 1869, the suffragists split into 2 separate organizations. The National Women's Suffrage Association, the American Women's Suffrage. The former focused on achieving voting rights through the constitutional amendment, while the latter approached voting rights state by state. Yeah, and that's what we was talking about earlier about whether you got support from the states and the local government, and it's obvious how fucked up everything is that Trump doesn't, and everybody wants you to fuck out. Like, even if I don't fuck with Biden, but look at like, nobody fucks with Trump, or not nobody, but look at, like, when you watch the news and people are just like, fuck the Republic.
Yep.
Because that's really what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, if I can't be patriotic. I can't wave my red, white, and blue flag and be proud. I can't vote and have confidence in what y'all saying anymore. But at the very least, if you vote for the other option, you giving him a chance to fuck it up. Like, at least somebody else fuck it up. Somebody else make some new mistakes. Let's not make the same ones. 1872, Susan B. Anthony votes anyway and is arrested. Shout out to Susan B. Anthony. I don't remember none of that. I know she on a coin.
Yeah.
And we fuck with her. But I ain't remember that. All right. 1896, the National Association of Colored Women is formed. Oh, brownies. Because I'm like, I thought black women couldn't vote till like the 1990s. I mean, not the 90s. Lord help me. The 1900s. 1919, the 19th Amendment is signed into law. After making it through the House and the Senate, the latter by only 2 votes, the 19th Amendment granting women the right to vote would initially be sent to states for ratification and months later signed into law. I'm so sick and tired of this process. So 1919, it was like, oh, we might let y'all hoes vote. Then in 1920, they was like, white hoes can vote. Then in 1924, they was like, Native Americans can vote. Damn! And in 1943, they was like, we don't fuck with y'all chinks, but okay. Chinese women can vote. 1943, bruh.
Damn.
That's around the corner. 1962, New Mexico becomes the last state to officially grant the franchise to Native Americans. Well, I don't even know what that is. Whatever. Oh, here we go. 1965, Black and Latin, Latinx I don't know what that means. Latinx.
Latin but black too.
Black and Latin or Latin black mixed women are able to vote. In 1965, I had a female teacher who loved Lyndon B. Johnson and said he was one of the best presidents the United States had ever had. And he's the one. 1965, President Lyndon B. Johnson signs the Voting Rights Act into law, prohibiting voting discrimination based on race, color, or national origin. After enduring the repression of Jim Crow laws for years, black men and women were finally granted the right to vote, but voter discrimination against the disenfranchisement of black and Latin communities continued. Of course, like, come on, young. So shout out to women and the history of women being able to vote. What? I'm about to do black people. What you talking about?
Look up Latinx. I want to make sure my definition of that is somewhat sound.
Oh, shit. Okay, I'll look up Latinx first. I don't even know. Latinx movement. Latinx women. Latinx definition. A person of Latin American origin or descent, used as a gender-neutral or non-binary alternative to Latino or Latina, okay. Girl or boy. Fair. The book shares stories of civil rights struggle for African American. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But it's not the one you said. It's So it's just men or women, Latinx. I just never heard of that before.
Anytime I've seen it used, it was always in the context of
mixed
talking.
Race.
Yeah. So okay, very good. Fact checking, y'all. That's how we do.
We don't want to just run out. I mean, we want to just run our mouth about shit, but shit, let's know what the fuck we talking about. Alright, y'all, let's get back into our history class. So, when did blacks get to vote? I don't know, because this one say the 1868. That sounds like a joke. That sounds like when they freed the slaves and it was like, oh, they were still slaves for like 20, 40, 60 years later. Oh, you been free this whole time? Shit. Ain't nobody tell me though. Petty ass. Petty. All right. Okay, here we go. Voting Rights Act of 1965. So it's the same dude.
Who, Lyndon?
Yeah, that's the same year. Aimed to overcome legal because he made it so like
everybody.
Yeah, everybody could vote no matter what. Like, yeah, because he removed the discrimination from it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me go back to what it say about the older one. What you was about to say though? Oh, all right. Jim Crow laws. In 1868, the 14th Amendment to the Constitution gave black people equal protection under the law. In 1870, the 15th Amendment granted black Americans the right to vote. But that's what's even, like, that's what I was saying. Like, that's what's messed up. You talking about 1870? Yeah, right? Yeah, right? And we gonna let you vote? No, we don't care about you for real.
Maybe it's, they got the right to vote because they're now freedmen, but they still legally, like on paper, they're supposed to.
Yeah, exactly, because they came up, it's just fine print. Yeah. Like,
so they didn't really get that until 100 years later, but on paper, they should have had the rights afforded to them because blah, 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 all men are created equal, blah, 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 fair and justice. And
1896, when the U.S. Supreme Court declared Plessy versus Ferguson that facilities for black and white people could be separate but equal. Like, close. Prior to World War II, most black people worked as low-wage farmers, factory workers, domestic, or servants. By the early 1940s, war-related work was booming, and most black Americans weren't given better paying jobs, and they were also discouraged from joining the military. Like, come on, man. It's terrible. It's like the history. It's just crazy to see how we was just used, pushed to the side, and we're just supposed to naturally regroup from all of this. Like, that's all I'm saying. After thousands of black people threatened to march on Washington to demand equal employment rights, Franklin D. Roosevelt issued Executive Order 8802 On June 25th, 1941, it opened national defense jobs and other government jobs to all Americans, regardless of race, creed, color, or national origin. Like, it's messed up. Niggas couldn't even get jobs. Like, how you gonna tackle voting? How we gonna tackle voting? Like, come on now. Anyway, big shout outs to the Browns. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that we went through in this country, young. Like, for real, voting is important because of all this crap that we've been through, bro. Like, all of Jim Crows, bruh. Like, so many changes, so many rights, so many abilities to do things that we take for granted. Let me put it like that. In 2020, we take it for granted. And even with watching the videos of our people being shot and killed by police, you got to keep it 1,000. It wasn't just police trying to kill us 100 years ago. This was just regular people. What are you talking about? And the police was on their team, like.
It's still happening today.
Yeah, and so, but it was just different though. Like, yeah. It's a different vibe. Like, back then, the white, I mean, come on, white people was bold. Like, what are you talking about? They was bold. The Black Wall Street, they was bold. Mm-hmm. They was bold with it. And so, no, you're not going to just murder people for the sake of murder people, hurting people for the sake of hurting people. No, it's unacceptable. I'm not going to stand for it. I'm not going to stand for it. And so, all I want to say is, you know, you've been given an opportunity. You've been given a chance. Represent brown people. We got to represent. We got to have our own underground network, our own communication, our own language. We got to put our own president in office. It was nice to see Obama in office. It was nice to see a brownie in office. You know, a black-white mix, a mulatto in office. That was real nice. But I would like to see somebody that I know. And that, you know, that's always going to be hard. It's always going to be hard. Everybody always going to be fake and phony and fraudulent. But it would be nice for us to put somebody, even if they're just the lesser evil. It would be nice for us to come up with our own representative, to stand firm and stand tall and say, they represent us. And this is what we want. And we put them there and nobody stopped us. And I had this conversation with some people like 2 weeks ago. And I really feel like, you know, like, it's almost like we have to come up with a person to write in.
John C. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, wow, Oreo. That's why don't nobody bang with you.
Look, go vote. Do your homework. Vote for who you think is the best candidate.
Do your homework.
Everybody needs to vote because...
Oh, yeah. Who we voting for? Go ahead. So I can look it up.
Who's left? I mean, I would personally probably write Bernie back up in there just to be like, I don't trust Uncle Joe and definitely not Trump. But, plus he's one of the best people for the biggest change. But, that's probably not going to really do anything. So who else we got? We got Joe Jorgensen. We got Joe Biden with VP Camilla. We got Trump and his nonsense, which is more of the same.
Nonsense Pence.
Yeah, they're all just trying to say. They're all just jokes.
You know what I wanted to get into was, you know, vote for the U.S. Senate, vote for the state offices, vote for your attorney generals, vote for the mayors, vote for the Secretary of States, vote for your commissioners. If you live in a city or state with wards, you know, vote for the wards, the city council members.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm talking about. Like, you know, that, you know, you gotta, come on. It's not just about Trump and Pence and Biden and Kamala. Like, that's not it. That's not it. Your local government is so important. Like, in the bigger picture, like, this is our chance, I guess, to put our 2 cents on the bigger picture. But come on, we don't have control over that. Like, you really got to invest in your community, in your state, in your city, in your local government. Go to them towns meetings. Go to sign up at the library. Go to the meetings at the library. You know, I'm not really for telling people their business, but I guess like fill out your census papers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't trust the government. They watching, they listening. I don't trust them. Pick and choose what you participate in, but definitely do your research. And if you're gonna do it 100.
Yeah.
That's what we doing on the unknown unknowns. Like if you're gonna do it 100. Don't bullshit. Don't waste no time and don't play with the shits. Don't play with this. Ain't for little kids out here. Don't be voting just to go get a sticker and say that I vote. You might as well could have stayed your ass home and just lied and tell niggas you was voting. Like, come on. Like, I bang with you harder for that than going in there and not knowing who you voting for and just putting checks on the paper, bro. I did that when I was 18. I did that. And I had to step away from that, bro. It took me like I voted like once or twice and I was like, you know what? I don't even know who I'm voting for. After I went in there and looked on that paper, I'm like, bro, I'm just skipping now. Exactly. Like, don't end up like that. And I know it take a lot of research and it take a lot of effort. Cut off Love and Hip Hop. Cut off the Fire Stick. Cut off Amazon Prime with all that fucking pedophilia on there. Cut off Netflix with all that fucking pedophilia on there. Cut that shit off. Cut the shit off.
At the very least, have somebody you trust or someone you think is knowledgeable, have a conversation with them to pick their brain.
Yes, I love it.
Because that's what I do with a certain someone who's going to be on an episode in the future. And, you know, they have different views on things. I'm pro 2A. They're sort of neutral. But at this point, I read somewhere that somebody was like, you can't be a upstanding American in 2020 and not be pro 2A, because not only are people coming for your rights, and this includes women's too, they're taking women's rights like it's a bunch of old white dudes going, yeah, stuff from the 50s, oh, you got a headache, it's not Shark Week, it's not your period, you just got a headache because you're a bitch or something stupid. So you can't say that to people of any color. And then this kind of goes into the episode we were planning on doing about the ICE doctor and stuff like that. So you can't say any of that and then in the same sentence be like, oh, you don't need guns too, because your final right, like after the First Amendment, at that point you're coming for my body, and so
right.
that goes past the First Amendment. That's literally what the Second Amendment was meant to protect you from: overreaching government. So go vote. If you're pro-gun, go vote. If you're anti-gun, I can't mess with you. But we can still have a conversation about it. Go vote. Like, go, just do your due diligence, or the Black Tusk is going to kick in your door and give you a really bad day. So
the Black who?
The Black Tusk. Yeah. It's a reference.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I made a post on it.
Oh my gosh. Whatever. Yeah, whatever. Hit us on the Unknown Unknowns podcast on the Instagrams. Let us know what y'all think. Thank you for hitting us with this mini soul. You know, we keeping it short and sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just had to get the elephant out the way. And the donkey.
Mr. President.
The elephant and the donkey. We had to get the elephant and the donkey out the way. You know, I'm in the Green Party.
Those are two horrible emblems for
Green Party
parties, too.
Tweet. All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us, man. Hit us on the next episode. It's going to be crazy.
It's a full episode.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a full episode. It's going to be a real episode. We coming back to back with that dope fire crack mix. Don't you love it? All right, y'all. We out.